Hello everyone, my name is Julie, and it's just about July, if you can believe it. And here on BookTube, that can only mean one thing. It is time to choose my July TBR using my TBR jar. May and June were some excellent reading months for me. I had so many 5-star reads in May. After refreshing my TBR cart last month, I've just felt like I've had so many more options, leading to some very successful reading months. I'm also finishing up my master's in library science this month, so I'm gonna have a bit more time to read than usual. I won't be afraid of choosing big books, maybe even choosing 6 for my physical TBR if we're feeling crazy. I usually do 5, but since I'm graduating, like, who's to say I can't choose 6? I also have a couple new additions on the cart that I'd like to go through with you, starting with Catching Fire. This is not really new. I literally had this as a middle schooler. I have this bookmark in here that I don't know if I got from a book fair or something, but oh, look at that beautiful hardcover. But I reread The Hunger Games for the first time ever back in May, and I forgot to put the second book on the TBR card. So Catching Fire, she's now an option. I have The Right Years by Sarah DeMoff. I actually gifted this to my mom for Christmas this year or last year. She read it, really enjoyed it, and said, hey, how about you put it back on your TBR card because I think you'd like it. So here it is. I just read her sophomore novel this month, The Burning Side. I read that in a reading vlog if you'd like to check it out. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world, but I've heard excellent things about this, so now it is an option. And finally, we have Hollow Bones by Jodi Picoult. This is her new release that's going to be published in September, and Valentine Books was actually super nice enough to send it to me, and I can't wait to read this. It's about our main character who works in crisis management after I think she lost some family in the 9/11 disaster. Jodi Picoult writes the most devastating books, and I'm so excited to have this book a couple months early. Other than that, we've got a fully stocked TBR cart. Of course, some stuff still on the back, some stuff off to the side. I like having books in my presence, it makes me happy. But without further ado, let's go in for our first choice. I'm truly ecstatic. This is the best time of the month. I love seeing what books I'm gonna end up reading. Let's go with this one, and it says, a book with an ugly cover. Ouch, that's kind of mean. This is all subjective, so if you think the covers that I choose are not ugly, I'm so happy for you. We have different tastes, that's a-okay. Also, if you happen to design covers and this offends you, don't let it offend you. Let's look to see what I consider ugly covers. Oh, I know right off the bat, this cover of Firefly Lane, I don't think she's the most attractive thing in the world. I bought this book used on Thrift Books, so I didn't know which cover I was getting myself into. Needless to say, I don't love this one. It's also a great summer choice, so this is a very good first option. I feel like people make beautiful covers these days, so there aren't that many great options. What do we have down here? The Drawing of the Three by Stephen King. I can't say this is the most attractive looking book in the world, to be honest. And I'll pull one more. I have this advanced copy of The Castaways by Lucy Clark. It's just unfortunately giving nothing. It's pretty boring, pretty generic. So these are my 3 options. Let's go through and decide which one to choose. We have Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. This is about 2 young girls in the 70s. When they become neighbors, they become very close friends, and it follows their friendship over 30 years, which I think is so beautiful and fun. The Drawing of the Three by Stephen King. This is the second book in the Dark Tower series. It basically follows the main character, the gunslinger, as he tries to find the Dark Tower. So I don't know a whole lot about this one. I don't have like a super vivid memory in my head of the first one, but look, my nails don't match it. That's quite fun. And finally, The Castaways by Lucy Clark. I believe this is just a mystery thriller. 2 years ago, a small plane disappeared over Fiji. For Erin, it's been 2 years of obsessing over every detail, refusing to move forward even as life does. Her sister Lori was on the plane, and Erin was meant to be too, but after a bitter argument, she failed to show. Everyone thinks Lori is dead, but Erin refuses to let go. Oh, and then the pilot of the missing plane turns up with no memory of the crash. This actually sounds pretty good. I'm gonna definitely, no offense, Stephen King, I love ya, but I don't really feel like this is the vibe for the summer, so we'll put this one back and choose between these 2, Firefly Lane and The Castaways. This does sound super, super, super interesting, but this one's on my summer TBR. But I'm actually gonna go with The Castaways by Lucy Clark. The plot just sounds very interesting. I haven't read a good thriller in a while, and I'm hoping this kind of scratches that itch. So there we go. Our first choice, we have The Castaways by Lucy Clark. That took a very long time. I'm so poor at making decisions. Let's give this a little mix and go in for our second choice. We'll go. Okay. Oh, this one's already like half open. Let's see what it says. It says, a book in the bottom row. Okay, which is where I just got all of those book choices. one selection to go. So let's choose 3. That's kind of my thing. Again, Firefly Lane. I could redeem myself by choosing it this time. Oh gosh, Morning Star. I've put this one off and I'm scared. I'm still scared. We'll add it as a choice, even though I doubt I'll choose it. Actually, no, I'm gonna do 4 because I really want to read this one. Hooked by Azako Yuzuki. But I also really want to do Jodi Picoult's new book. So I fear having a really good TBR makes it very difficult to choose what book to read. So let's go through and make some eliminations so I can actually make a decision. We already know what Firefly Lane's about. Morning Star is the 3rd book in the Red Rising trilogy, which I really enjoy. It's just so intimidating. Going into a long sci-fi book is just scary. Sorry, I'm a baby. Like I said before, Hollow Bones is about the main character who works in crisis management. Sounds absolutely fascinating to me. And then finally Hooked. This is about our main character who is obsessed with a lifestyle influencer or something like that, and then they fake a chance encounter. And then I think there's some stalkery elements in here. So that sounds really exciting. In fact, so exciting that I want to read all of these and I can't choose. I'm going to, for petty reasons, eliminate Hooked because the rest of these are blue and I think they look good together. Does that make sense? No, but it doesn't have to make sense. But look how beautiful these 3 blue books look together. I fear I'm also going to eliminate the new Jodi Picoult book just because this doesn't publish till September, so I still have a little bit of time to read this, and it's not giving the most summery read. It's probably going to be devastatingly sad. So we'll put this back as well. And then we have between finishing off a trilogy, which I know there's more books in this larger world, but this would finish the original Red Rising trilogy, and then Firefly Lane, which again I said earlier is on my summer TBR, would be smart. I guess will be smart since this was the backup choice for my first pick. We'll go with Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. Give a good shake and go in for our 3rd pick. I'm having so much fun. I think I'm just gonna say fuck it and do 6 of these because it's July, baby. It's summer. I can read as much as I want. Let's go with this one. And it says a hardcover book. Okay, another easy one. Most of my hardcovers are up here, except for this one. This is a book by Emily St. John Mandel, but that's fine. I'll leave her down there. Let's choose a couple from up here. Okay, Catching Fire. I really, really want to read Catching Fire. I definitely feel like I ought to give Stephen King a second chance since I didn't choose his book earlier, so we'll go with Billy Summers by Stephen King. I'll also pull Lost Children Archive by Valeria Luiselli. Definitely did not say that correct. This book's also on my summer TBR, so I mean, wouldn't that be convenient? So our 3 options, 1, 2, and 3. Excellent, beautiful. Catching Fire needs no explanation. Of course, this is the 2nd book in the Hunger Games series. I believe this is more mystery thriller than horror, which is his typical, you know, genre. And then this book is a bit depressing. It takes a look at like the immigration crisis as a family goes on like a cross-country road trip. Do I want to read this right now? As compared to these 2, I want to read this one less. So we'll put this back and choose between these 2 red, beautiful books. I feel like I've been having just the hardest time choosing for this video. These prompts are lending to such amazing options. I do want to read more Stephen King soon, but also, listen, if Catching Fire is an option, I fear I'm going to choose Catching Fire. So number 3 on our TBR, we have Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. I love that woman. If she were to write a book for each Hunger Games for like the 75 years, you know I would read every single one of them. I am just having such a blast. I am so stoked about these books so far. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it positive with our 4th choice. Okay. And it says, a book I'm scared of. Oh no, why did I say anything? Oh gosh, a book I'm scared of? Hello? We have House of Leaves. Scared might be an understatement. I am horrified to read this book because it is just the strangest thing you will ever see in your life. It's a horror novel written in just the strangest formatting you'll ever see. If we're going for the book I'm most scared of, I fear this might be it, but let's see if I have any other options. Oh my word. Okay, I also pulled Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. If you didn't see it on the card, it was just off to the side because I didn't have room for it. I'm scared of classics. I'm like deathly scared of classics. The language is just so jarring and difficult to read. I just finished Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov, which I know is a highly controversial book, but it's like 300 pages and it took me an entire month to get through. Classics are very intimidating to me. So Pride and Prejudice would definitely be a great option, especially considering this is on my 26 and 2026 list. That is a good workaround to reading this behemoth of a strange book. I'm gonna go with Pride and Prejudice though, since it is on my 2026 TBR. It is one of my goals this year to read 6 classics, and I've only read 2 so far, so it's time to get moving. It's time to read in Pride and Prejudice, finally. I mean, this is such a well-known, well-loved classic. People love the movie, people love the book. It's time for me to finally understand what the hype is about. I'm scared. I'm definitely scared. But add it to the TBR. Okay, number 5. We'll do this one. It says failed TBR pick. I had to think about that because I'm like, what did I mean when I wrote that? It basically means that any of the previous choices, any of the runner-ups I can choose. So what do we have for runners-ups? We had Billy Summers, we had House of Leaves, we had Morning Star, Drawing of the Three, Hooked, Lost Children Archive. I think that's about it. And of those, I think I'm easily gonna go with Billy Summers by Stephen King because oh, actually, we also had Hollow Bones. No, I'll go with Billy Summers, just because I haven't read a Stephen King book in a little while and I need to get my fix. It's about Billy Summers, who is a man in a room with a gun. He's a killer for hire and the best in the business, but he'll only do the job if the target is a truly bad guy. Sounds great. I love Stephen King. Oh my goodness, this stack is getting a little bit crazy. Am I insane for choosing another book? Yeah, probably. Okay, let's do our final choice. I've been having so much fun. I feel like sometimes the TBR jar works against me and I'm not always that zazzed about my TBR, but this month I'm indeed zazzed. So let's go, oh my goodness, with this one. I feel like I've dropped like 15 and it says an even number of pages. All right, I mean, I could do that. I could just choose the books I want to read and cross my fingers, hope that they're even. I feel like this middle row has definitely been neglected this episode, so let's choose something for the middle row perhaps. Prodigal Summer by Barbara Kingsolver is, guess there's no acknowledgements, 444 pages. Perfect, even. Tradwife by Sarah Langan. No, 305 pages, 309 with acknowledgements, so a double no. The Book Club for Troublesome Women, 363. No. The Chain by Adrian McKinty, 352. We have a winner. When We Were Silent by Fiona McPhillips. Okay, it's 307, but 310 with acknowledgements. Are we counting it, folks? Are we counting it? Yeah, we'll count it. That's fine. Numbered pages counts, so it's fine. Okay, and we'll do Jodi Picoult's book. Author's note? Hold on. It's a very long author's note. Come on. Oh my god, how many pages is this damn author's note? Oh, 434 pages, so it would qualify. Okay, we have a pretty large stack of books here with various different genres, so I'm just gonna go through and try to remind myself what we currently have. We have a thriller, a fiction, dystopian, a classic. I think this would be qualified as a mystery, perhaps. So I think I'm gonna go and eliminate our mystery choices, which are When We Were Silent and The Chain, leaving us with, of course, Hollow Bones and Prodigal Summer, which are both, I think, general lit-fic contemporary fictions. This one is a celebration of nature following 3 different stories of Appalachian farms and the people who live on them. And this one, of course, I've said several times what it's about, so I needn't remind you. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just undo what I did, and I'm gonna go rogue and choose The Chain by Adrian McKinty. Since this is gonna be such a fast read, I think it'll be perfect for this TBR. And I guess it'll also match this red theme. It's basically about a kidnapper, I guess, who steals a child and tells the parent the only way to get back your kid is to kidnap this kid, and then that parent tells that parent that the only way to get back their kid is to steal their kid, another kid, creating a kind of kidnapping chain with kind of questions of responsibility, moral responsibility, and whose kid's more important, yours or somebody else's. It sounds like a very quick and entertaining thriller. So we'll add it to the TBR, and let's do a quick recap since I've been a yappin'. She's definitely been a yappin'. Oh my goodness, this stack is just ginormous. I've made some mistakes, but this is fine. The first prompt was an ugly cover, and I chose The Castaways by Lucy Clark. Then I chose a book from my bottom row. I chose Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. Then I chose a hardcover book. I chose Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. And then I had to choose a book that scared me. I chose Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. And then I chose a failed TBR pick from one of my earlier prompts. I chose Billy Summers by Stephen King. And finally, for a book with an even amount of page numbers, I chose The Chain by Adrian McKinty. A very exciting stack, if I may say so myself. Is it super summery? Not particularly. I'm just not in a huge romance kind of mood. So here we are. It's just fiction and dystopian and mysteries. Sure, whatever works. It's whatever I'm feeling at the moment, and apparently this is what I'm feeling. Let me know what you plan on reading in July, if you've got any good summer reads coming up. Make sure to go check out the video where I talk about my summer TBR if you want to join my summer reading challenge. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace out, Girl Scout, and goodbye.